Graham. What are your reflections and takeaways from the Western Sydney game now that dust has settled a bit?
We had some good moments in that game. We didn't take them early, and then the momentum shifted in that last 20 minutes, and a little bit of a lapse of concentration, and we conceded late.
That has been a bit of a recurring theme at times this year, the inability to take early chances and then having to, it costing you guys in the end. How do you counteract that as a coach when you are generating the chances? It's just you're not putting them away.
We just have to work harder and really focus on those areas and start to become more clinical in those moments. If we become clinical, then we get more momentum and we start to dominate the game more.
It's been a bit of an up and down stretch for you guys. You've had some good wins under your tenure, and then a couple of losses the last couple of weeks. Do you feel now that teams have a bit of a sample size on how Glory like to play under you, and what are some of the challenges in terms of counteracting that?
I think from our perspective, we've been very close in every game. We feel like we can beat anyone that we've played thus far. Obviously, Auckland present a new challenge. They've got really good aggression in their pressing. They're a good team. They've got a winning culture, and something that we want to build the Perth Glory team to have that same winning mentality consistently.
When the margins are so thin, as you say, beyond hard work, what is the secret to taking that next step and turning draws into wins, losses into draws?
I think it's just refocusing every day on those micro moments and honing in on them and seeing how we can continue to improve. So I don't think we'll go too far away from what we've been doing. I think what we need to do is just to focus on those smaller areas, and like you said, the small margins is the difference, and we really need to pick up on those areas.
Adam, what did you make of Steph's game on the weekend, and can we expect a bit more game time going forward?
Yeah, definitely. He came into the game, first game for a very, very long time, and he made an impact, which is what we want from our substitutions. Anyone that comes on, we want them to make a difference. He had one or two chances which livened us up a little bit, and he's got some sort of unexpected quality that you're not sure what he's going to give you, but he brings something different, which is something that I really like.
And looking ahead to Saturday, what are some of the key points you're focusing on?
They're going to be an aggressive team. They're going to be a physical team. They want to win, and so do we. So that mentality to be aggressive, to match that intensity, and then try to improve on the areas that we struggled last week.
With someone like a Steve Corica, who's been in the league for such a long time, not just as a coach, but as a player before that, are there things you notice about certain people who've been in the league for so long which kind of, I guess, transfers to their coaching?
Yeah, I think with Steve Corica, he has an appetite for winning. He's won leagues. He's very respected, but he's consistent. And I think I used that word last week, and I think it's the same for this team. Is about finding that consistency, and if we do, then we can go on a little run. Auckland,
I think they're very middle of the table in terms of the ball possession they have. I think they're sitting about 51%. Does it suit you more or less, do you feel, when teams like to dominate the ball a bit more?
I think every game has its different challenges. So understanding the opposition is key, especially in this tight league, and just trying to find weaknesses and areas that you can exploit. Now, Auckland's a team that doesn't give up much, so we're going to have to be on our best in terms of those clinical moments this week more than ever.
Is Lachie Wales a chance to come back in? And obviously we saw Jaden Steph return. Is Jaden someone, how do you manage those guys coming back, the need to give them extended minutes while also rewarding those players who are performing well?
Yeah, it was difficult last week. We brought players back in, but they haven't really done a huge amount of work. They're all a week more in terms of their fitness levels, which is good. They've touched the ball more. They've worked a little bit harder. So Lachie Wales is definitely someone that we will look to potentially bring in. He's as long as everything goes well for the next training session, then they're all up for selection.